associated with investing. Everything that has a financial implication must come at a risk. Depending on what you're looking at, of course, you have to have a risk appetite, or you assess your level of risk tolerance. And of course, if you're risk averse, you still have a place in investment. It is only that you focus on investments which are less risky or risk free. Hello good people, hope you're doing well. This is my name, and on this channel we talk about finance, personal development, travel and charity. If this is your kind of content, kindly consider joining the Just family. And of course, in today's video we're going to talk about the risks associated with investing. The first risk I'm going to talk about is liquidity risk, because it touches most parts of our hearts, the core of the body and everything. This is whereby you have money, but you're not able to meet your obligations when they fall due. For instance, maybe you have a savings account that you have locked for a specific period. Before that period lapses, you cannot be able to access that money. You can also maybe have put your money aside for retirement, and it's not yet age to retire, but you're in need of money. So basically, yes, you have money, but still you're not able to meet your expenses. The next risk is concentration risk. You may find yourself putting all your eggs in one basket, and if anything happens to that basket and they fall, they all break. Sometimes we have this notion that everyone is talking about a specific investment, maybe company, and a specific stock that is doing so well, and IPO, and most people advertise when they have such offers so that they can attract masses of people. The next, which is also close to everybody's heart, is inflation. This is whereby the value of money today will definitely change in the next few months or few years. You need to invest so that your money, through that investment, can bridge the gap between the loss that the money is going through and retaining the money at the same level. I don't know whether you understand. If you do, leave a comment down below and tell us how you are addressing the inflation risk. The next one is market risk. The changes in different prices at different times can affect your investment. For instance, whereby you have invested somewhere you're expecting returns. In case the investment where the money is coming from depreciates or is affected by whatever circumstance, then it affects your returns. The next one is reinvestment risk. When you're investing, you will not know that the prices today will either remain the same or appreciate. Of course, if it appreciates, it's good for you. The challenge would be in case of depreciation in prices, you're expecting maybe a certain return and you get something less. Leave a comment down below if this ever happened to you. I remember at some point there was a very famous stock that was sold and people bought in large numbers, but the risk or the worst happened when the prices went down to less than even 20% of what people had bought. Leave a comment below if that ever affected you. On the flip side, if you ever invested and maybe at a later date when you're going back, there was growth. I remember there is an investment that I did, and at the time the returns were significantly okay. And the next time I decided to go back to the same project, the return were almost half. Then the first one, I must say, was very attractive. I don't think it's there in the market. And even then, I was a bit skeptical because, I mean, we are used to a specific percentage of return, but this one was giving a reasonable return. So yeah, it was something that gave me maybe some fear, but after trying, I realized I can go back. But when I went back, it had gone down significantly. Yeah. The next one is political risk. Every business is within a political environment, so you can have maybe a good environment today and then something happens, and at a later date there is maybe an conducive environment. At other times you find there are issues affecting your business that also affects your investment, because either way your investment goes out to the market to generate money for you. So you need to have a stable environment to be able to sustain the business, and also be able to have to even enjoy. I remember maybe at some point you may find that you have money but you don't have a peace of mind to even enjoy the money. You don't even have somewhere to buy your food. You see, the environment has also to be peaceful, and as we always say, we have to keep praying for our leaders, for our countries, so that everything works out well. The next risk is dividend risk. You could have invested in a company which has been paying dividends to date, but then for some reason, when you expect your dividends to come through, then the company either makes losses or makes money just enough to sustain the business, basically to break even. So you also have to have that in mind. But what I would say in all this risk is, you should not always fear the risks. You should have a small level of risk tolerance, and do not invest without understanding your portfolio, because that is the biggest thing, so that you know. For instance, what they say about forex is that you can triple or make so much money at a go. But if that is the case, it's the same way you can lose your money just like that. So you just need to understand so that you appreciate the risk. The next risk is horizon risk. Managing horizon risk is about balancing the return on your money against the return of your money. So of course, when your goals are short term, it is important to ensure that you don't lose any of your money. When your goals are long term, then you have time to gamble. Sometimes maybe you feel like your investment is appreciating, you let it grow. Sometimes you feel like it's going down, you ease up a bit, but you wait for it to fluctuate until you get to a reasonable level. If you have any other risk that we have left out, please leave a comment down below so that we can also learn from you. Yeah, otherwise, thank you so much for watching yet another episode of this series of investment, and thank you for sharing, liking, watching. Thank you. I appreciate so much. So thank you so much for watching this series. We are, I think, on episode 4 or 5, depending on how we will schedule the videos. So keep watching, keep supporting us. We really appreciate and value your continued support. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, kindly consider subscribing. If you're returning, thank you so much, and see you on our next one. Bye.